Coming to you from his downtown Denver studio, here's the Backstage Jazz Radio Show with your host, Steve Roby.
Welcome, friends at home and friends in the studio. This is the Backstage Jazz Show, and I'm Steve Roby. My guest today is vibraphonist Elias Earl from the group DAES, D-A-E-S. And DAES is a group of high school musicians committed to pushing the boundaries of jazz music through a fusion of modern jazz and hip-hop. The quartet will appear at Dazzle on January 5th for a 6:30 p.m. show. Welcome to Backstage Jazz, Elias.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
Can you talk about your interest in jazz music and who some of your influences and mentors are?
Well, the way I kind of got into jazz was through going to DSA, and in 8th grade, I took the JWO class, Jazz Workshop Orchestra, and I learned a lot in my 8th grade year under Greg Harris and Dave Hammond, and now Greg is my current vibraphone teacher, and I've learned a lot from him, as well as being in the JW1 big band with Mr. Hammond last year in 9th grade. I learned a lot, and I just learned that I'm really passionate about jazz. And then some of my influences, Joel Ross. Joel Ross was really the one that inspired me to move from drums completely to vibes. A lot of his playing just really influences me, and the way that he composes and the way that he solos were very influential on me, and which is why a lot of my focus is on modern jazz and that kind of sound that he has, as well as hip hop, which is my other favorite kind of music to listen to. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just DAES has done a lot to kind of combine the two styles, and that's kind of our goal musically.
Great. How did DAES' formation come about, and who is in the group?
So on piano, we have Scarlet Before-Horses. On the drums, we have Declan Scully, a.k.a. GOLDICHOPS. On bass, we have Aesop Pelta-Tiller. And sometimes we feature Gwen Parney on saxophone, who will be at our Dazzle show, as well as on our upcoming album. And yeah, I play the vibraphone. The way we kind of met was through DSA, through the JW1 program, as well as just a lot of other opportunities that Mr. Hammond presented us. And yeah, that's kind of how we all started playing together. We've been playing together for about a year now.
You sent over a couple of tracks for us to play on the show. The first one's called 9 of Hearts. What can you tell me about this track?
This is really the DAES staple. This is a tune that was the first original we ever played together. And every time we play it, we learn things about each other and the way that we play. And we take a lot of the lines from the melody and we incorporate them into our solos. And it's and there's a lot of reoccurring themes that came from this song across all of our music. So this is the DAES staple right here.
All right. This is 9 of Hearts by DAES here on Backstage Jazz. My guest today is vibraphonist Elias Earl from the group DAES, D-A-E-S. What does DAES stand for, Earl?
What it stands for is all of our names. D for Declan, A for Aesop, E for Elias, S for Scarlet.
Nice. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. The next track we're going to listen to is Nitro Rain. What's the story with this song?
This is a song that I wrote up at this camp called Rocky Ridge, where all the practicing artists from DSA as well as Mr. Hammond all teach. And we had kind of a composing symposium. Yeah, this kind of arose out of that and just being in that camp up in nature and really getting a lot of time to sit and think and meditate and just look inside myself musically and just as a human being.
I love the music your group has created. Very dreamy and experimental. It's very advanced, I thought.
Thank you so much.
Great.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. Let's listen to Nitro Rain by DAES here on Backstage Jazz. This is the Backstage Jazz Show, and my guest is vibraphonist Elias Earl. Elias, can you tell me what the audience can look forward to at your upcoming Dazzle show?
You can look forward to what we will be recording on our album, as well as some other tunes. DAES has really spent a lot of time playing together, and we've learned a lot about ourselves and a lot about our playing. And in doing that, we've created a lot of compositions that have evolved and changed over the time we've been playing together. And now we feel like we have a very solid understanding of our sound, and that's kind of what we're going to express at Dazzle. So
great. Please
swing by and hear all that.
Absolutely. What's the upcoming year 2024 look like for you and DAES?
Actually, on Monday through Wednesday of this week, we are recording at Mighty Fine Studios, and shortly after, sometime next year, we will be releasing our debut album.
All right. Sounds good. Where's the best place online I can send our listeners to find out more about DAES' music and upcoming shows?
We have our website, daesdaesdaes.com, and that's where you can find all that information, as well as videos of us playing, recordings of us playing.
How do you spell that URL?
DAES.com.
Great. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'll put the links in the show description of this podcast so our listeners can find out more about DAES. DAES will perform at Dazzle on January 5th for 6:30 p.m. show. Doors open at 5:30. Tickets and more information can be found at dazzledenver.com. Thanks for your time today, Elias, and have a great show at Dazzle.
Thank you, Steve.
If you're enjoying the Backstage Jazz Show, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And now, back to the show.
The Backstage Jazz Show was recorded at Little Raven Studios in downtown Denver, and our producer was Craig Stevens. You can find Backstage Jazz wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to stop by our website, backstage-jazz.com, where all past and current episodes have been archived. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email us at backstagejazz@fastmail.com. This is Steve Roby. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Backstage Jazz.
You've been listening to the Backstage Jazz Show. Join us next time for more great jazz and interviews with your favorite musicians.